Jacob and his partners used only hotels or motels, never residences, not even those located in less popular areas. It was far too risky. Hotels and motels carried their own risks, but they were manageable. There were only 10 that his partners would use. All the managers and relevant staff were paid off with drugs, girls, or money, usually a combination. And his partners thoroughly checked the premises at least 1 hour prior to an appointment. When Jacob was overseeing, he used his talents to size up everyone he saw, doing his best to detect any pigs in sheep's clothing. Presently, he was overseeing his 3rd appointment of the evening, the first one at a hotel. His boys were already in position. One man was watching the parking lot, another was pretending to read in the lobby. Men were in the stairwells, and one was posted in the elevator bank on the ground floor. All of them had guns and tablets. All of them were poised to ping him if they saw anyone suspicious. There was also a man in the room adjacent to the girls. Jacob would join him soon. He knocked the secret knock on the girl's door. Desiree opened the door as far as the chain would allow and peeked through the crack. "Let me in," Jacob said. The girl vacantly gazed at him for more than a moment before closing the door. She unhooked the chain and slowly reopened the door, allowing Jacob just enough room to slide through. She was wearing pink panties and a white lace camisole, one Jacob had little trouble seeing through in spite of the room's dim lighting. "How do you feel?" he asked. Her eyelids fought to stay apart as she nodded. Jacob could tell she'd just taken the jelly raptures. She should have swallowed them 20 minutes ago. Unlike many of the other 15-year-olds his partners managed, this one needed a little extra schooling. All girls were instructed to take a combination of raptures about 30 minutes prior to meeting a Johnny Mark. It took roughly 25 minutes for the effects to kick in. The right combination of the colored beans, in this case 2 yellows with red speckles, 2 red and blue striped, and 1 golden brown with a single ivory dot, would help make the girl more compliant, more sensual, while remaining cognizant enough to read the cues of the Johnny Mark, knowing when to go slow and when to push for the release. Desiree may have waited too long to pop the beans. Jacob couldn't afford for her to be sloppy tonight. "Anything I need to know about?" he asked. The girl shook her head like a content cat. He took that as her answer. "You feeling as you should?" he asked. "You know what you need to do?" The girl stepped forward and put her hand on his elbow. "Jake, Big Jake, I need—" "What?" he said. "More?" It was easy enough to get anyone hooked on the raptures. After all, they looked and tasted like fancy jelly beans. Pretty, sweet, and thoroughly corrupting. Just as any good drug should be. Or any good trick, for that matter. But allowing a trick to go beyond her limit, especially one who was still a child in body and mind, was just asking for trouble that couldn't be easily handled. Still, promises had to be made all around for the man in charge of this appointment to get what he wanted. "You'll get more JRs after you give the JM his happy ending." The girl shook her head. No, need to, want to go home." Jacob chuckled. "Honey, you get to travel forever. That's what everyone stuck at home wants. That's why you left yours, remember? You set out for adventure. Now you're in heaven. All the pure pleasure you can get. Don't forget that."